Hello and welcome everybody. Thanks for the lovely new subscribers and the regulars. We are doing Roxy's Journal of Stitchery book number 2 and I'm doing Peter Rabbit. Okay, so what have I done? I've done the cover and I finished that. So there's the cover there and it's done on a quilted a quilt piece. And what have I done inside? I've got my pages together. I've put down my hardcover and some printable, like pictures I should say, and this is for a little, it's not a little, oh, what do you call it, a pocket, some little pockets. There's 3 little pockets. So what am I going to put in there? Well, I've got these tiny little books. There's one more, but it's called The Baby, and I didn't want that one in there. I was just trying to straighten it out a bit. And these books are from Etsy, My Porch Prints. So if you go to the Etsy and go to the shop called My Porch Prints, it's under Mini Beatrix Potter. And there's all these other ones there, and you print these out and you put them on card. I've got to glue that back down. And then you print them out on card, and then you print the inside out just on normal paper. But I thought I did something wrong, so I had to undo it, but then I realised it was fine, so I'm just got to glue that back down again. So these are the 3 little books I have. So you just open them up. Oops, that's okay. It's all right if it's a little bit not working. It's a bit stuck. There we go. That'll be okay. I'm not worried. And so these books just come out in little tiny books. You just fold the pages. They're not perfect. This one I joined together to another one. So this is the squirrel. And then this is Mr. Toad. I don't know what his name is. Yeah, it's. I've just got to I think I have to rebend it to fit it in, for it to fit into the book properly. And this is. Oh, another one got stuck. This is not. What is his name? Peter Rabbit? No. Oh, this is Peter Rabbit. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I was thinking of Benjamin Bunny. Oh, there we go. This is Jemima Puddle Duck. And this is, I can't remember her name. I don't remember her name off the top of my head. So I stuck that one in there too. And all instructions are on the website. This has just got one set in. So I'm thinking of putting those in there. So that's my plan. I think I'll just sit them in that way. I don't think I'm going to go that way. And so that will just stitch all this down and then that will go over there. So there's my Once Upon a Time. So we'll move that out the way. And we'll come into my signatures, my pages. And this is my first one, so I finished this one. Just embellishing it lightly because I think there's a lot already there. I found this on the internet. I couldn't find anywhere it was attached to. So I printed it on fabric and then I did Scotch Guard and it gave a little oily residue over the top, but that's gone now. And then I gave it a quick iron just to sort of set the print. So it printed out really well. And what I did was, I'll show you on a piece of paper. this was my printer, my page, and you do it with A4 labels in Australia. I don't know what they are in the rest of the world. You peel off the sticky, and then, but I didn't want to use the whole page, so what I did was I printed this on A4 paper. I got the A4, I cut that out. I laid it in this here, and I cut just that piece of paper out, and then I put that sticky piece back in, because that's what you have to do, over the top, and all it did was print on this piece of paper. I didn't waste any of the fabric that I didn't put down here. I just put the sticky label around there, and I just got my scissors and I just cut a rectangle shape out of the plastic, the sticky part, and just put in the piece of fabric there, and it printed it on, no problems. If it's confusing, I'm sorry, but that's the only way I could explain it. Here is Peter Rabbit. So this is, I'm calling this like the family album of Peter Rabbit. So I think should have put I think I'm going to put a page on, and I'll attach it to here and just have the writing of what it is. So there is Mrs. Rabbit, or his mum. I don't even know what her name is. Maybe it's called Mrs. Rabbit. So this is Peter Rabbit here, all different pictures of him. And then we have the Flopsy Bunnies and the Benjamin Bunny. Here we have Jemima Puddle Duck and all of her pictures. And then I just put down some plain fabric on the background just to give it a bit of a lift, because it was too white. And there we have Tiggy Winkle and a couple of mice. And here we have the fox and the toad and the squirrel, but I don't know all their names, so I need to fill that in. That looks a bit bare there. So that's all mine. That's all I've done. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing too much. I've got a lot of stuff going on before we go away. We've had to change our flights because my husband can't go to the UK. He doesn't have a passport. Anyway, let's get off that subject. So that's what I've done, and this is what I'm up to. So I'm not quite sure what I want to do with the page. I think I might just do what I did before and just sew around the edges. Maybe I could just neaten up some of the curves. I know it's a tiny little bit of a pointy curve, but it does make it look nice when you want it to present it nicely in your book. So I think that's all I'm going to do, is do that. I've got to figure out whether I want it to go pink on there. That's my husband. He's got a dentist appointment today. All right. Okay, let's try and find... No, that's too dark. That will do. So, I'm just using 3 strands, and what I do now is just chop that off, and then whatever else is left over goes into my thread jar or my orts jar. Just saves all that mucking around of having threads on there. Today is very hot. It's going to be 41 today, and I did not say how you all are. How rude of me. Right. Now I've got this big needle here, and I think it's a milliner's needle. I do think it is. So I hope you've been well, doing lots of stitching projects, maybe catching up on projects, which is what I want to be doing, I think, in the next after this. And I don't know if I'm going to make all the 6 books. I might have a rest and then make the other books later on down the track. It's a lot of work. Now what I did was I pinned these together so I don't hurt myself with the pins and it all unraveling and just being a pain in the butt. So all I'm doing is just doing an overcast stitch all the way around, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing for the rest of them. So this will be, you know, a bit of a shorter video because I haven't got a lot of embellishment to do. And I like it like that sometimes. It just makes it very relaxing. I'm still stitching, but just creating something less pleasing to the book. I can hear that cheeky chook. Yeah, just to make it a lot easier. Sometimes I take on way too much that I need to do. Now I've got 4 layers. This one, that one, this one, and the white one. So just a little bit tough on this bit, but I'm going to get to the other side and it'll be a lot less layers. I do try and make my stitches the same length, but it doesn't always work out, so I'm not going to be bothered with that. So we leave for a holiday now on the 4th of April instead of the 24th of March. We've had to reroute all our flights to the UK. So my husband will come back before me, and I will just continue on to going. I will continue on going to the UK. I finished my Kate in the Nest bag, so that is up on my YouTube channel, and I think it is maybe 2 weeks this coming Monday before Kate comes over. So that's getting closer and closer. Exciting. Yeah, I think that looks all right. You can probably do straight stitch as well, but I just wanted to do, or you could do blanket stitch. I never thought about doing blanket stitch, so maybe I'll switch it up a little bit and do blanket stitch on one of the other ones. Or you could even do fly stitch. You just got to get it correct. Just try not to go over the name if I can help it. Right, I'm going to take out the pins now. Oh, I don't even know what I'm going to do for March. I think I might do the faraway tree. I think I might just get in and get that one done. You'll know I haven't done it if there's no video for March, then we'll not have done it, and then I can't do it in April because I'm away all April until the first week of May, so I will be behind, but that's all right, not to worry. You've got the enjoyment of waiting, of coming home and creating a book, but I still might be able to get it done. I've finished a few projects that are outstanding in my project box. That one's a bit big. I'm not going back now. Oh. So now the other, I don't know if I'll get to the end, the other part of this thread will go, oh, actually I can use it here. That's what I'll do. I never thought of that. It's clever of me. Right, so that worked out just perfect. Started off little and went big. It's all right. Oh, there it is there. Sometimes when you get relaxed, your stitches change because you lose concentration. Of course, I'm talking to you. I know I have to do an overcast stitch, but I lost concentration, no doubt. All right, that one's done. I've got to do a nice green, so I think I'm going to do this one. I don't know where it came from. It's just been floating around the table for a bit. I think someone's either knotted it or it's part of the string, the thing. And if you pull one end out, it's you're supposed to pull it from the number end, which is this one here. So I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do that when I don't know which is the end. Maybe this here. Oh, oh look, let's just pull it out. And it's all going to get knotted up. You watch. Yep, that's all right. Right, scissors. I'll still do 3. For that. So I'll leave that there for now. And I'll come back to this here. So what my idea for this is to stitch this down. Let's have a go. Where is my needle? There it is. I've got to think about taking some stitching away with me, but what I'm thinking of doing is just taking unfinished projects that are small and they have their own bag. I've got a knot in that. And I just put them in my suitcase and away I go. I don't want anything too complicated like the Gosling quilt. Unless I cut up a whole pile of stuff and I can sew them together. Hand sew them together. Right, so that's going to be the opening for the book. So let's hope that I can actually get this down and sewn together. There we go. It's going to be a bit difficult because the edging is very frayed when when you cut it, but I'm just going to catch the thread in all the little bits. I've got a knot in it, so hopefully it will stay together. So let's just see what happens after a rethread my needle. This won't get open too much, so I'm not too worried. I'm just going to do a few little stitches to create to fill up that space backwards and forwards. So hopefully that'll just settle it down a bit. But you don't want it to be coming undone. Still think you'll need a bit there. I'll leave you here and I'll come back with it finished. So I've sewn this part down. There we go, I've done that. And what I have made, I told you before, was these little books. So they're all in there. They do come out, they're not sort of glued in completely. And if you want to find the name of that again, don't forget to look back in the video. I have to sew that down a little bit, it's coming off. And if this keeps coming undone, I should have done the whole piece and then just stitched it down like that. So if it becomes a problem, it's not a problem to fix. So the little books are popped in there, like that. I'll get them out and show you. There they are there. So they just pop in there like that. Don't know what that noise was. Anyway, let's get back to it. So what I've done is I've created the book. I've made another I've made a front page, and this is called the Family Friends album. And what I've done is I've glued it inside underneath the book cover, the hard book cover. So we just flip this over and we just have a page like that. That was just spare, so I thought I'd stick that on there. And then what I've done also is running stitched all the way around into the book. So I've got that and this one to do, and this is stuck in the actual book there. So I'm not stitching these down, it's just stuck underneath the hardcover book. And there's those little books all tucked in there like that. So that's all I'm doing for this. So I can probably just, you probably don't need to see me do some hand stitching, but you know, some people like it. So I've got to figure out where I need to go for it to all be flush. So I just stick that in there, and I've added some calico there as well, and I probably need to put some glue under there. Stick that down. Actually, it probably doesn't matter because I'm going to have it, but I always like to do these things. If it needs to be stuck down, I'll stick it down with this little bit of rock sand glue because it's not permanent. There we go. That will also hold it in place. Whoopsie daisy, while I'm just stitching. Oh, got my finger. So all it is just your general running stitch, trying not to catch anything else in the way. And because I've already inserted it into the book, I just have to be careful what I'm doing. So this is the last part of the book that I'm going to be doing today. Now it's fairly tough to get through. So if it gets too tough, I will get my little pliers and do that. I can't find my needle threader, not my needle threader, my thimble. It's probably one of my projects. So I would have come back and done the bottom just to secure the bottom a bit more, but I will go all the way around, excuse me, and, well, you can't see, I will go all the way around there, and then I'll go back and redo the bottom, because the bottom probably gets a little bit more wear than the top, being the fact that it's the bottom part of the book. And up for here, I will just come through there. And then start doing the edge. Now, how far did we do the edge? We did it just about where I am. So I will leave you here. I'll get this page done and I'll get that page done, and then I will be back. So here I am finished. I have sewn all the side of the pages on the bottom, along the side and the top, and it's finished. And I was able to put a bit more shiny stuff on, so I hot glue gunned that on so it wouldn't come off. And I did tuck a little bit of glue in there so that stays, and I made a tie button, a press stud tie button, I suppose. So what this is your homemade buttons, and then I hot glue gunned the strap onto there, and then I sewed that, probably that first, and then hot glue gunned that on, and then I did that, and all you got to do is just pull that and it becomes your little tie. And then I just sewed it on the end there, so just like that. So here we go. This is the Family Friends album. This is Peter Rabbit and his mum. This is Peter Rabbit. So thanks to Christine, I was able to get some beautiful little embellishment fabrics just to finish it off, because I didn't have many. I hope this is my favourite page, I think. And Jemima Puddle Duck. And this is Tiggy Winkle and the little mouse. And all I've done is just put coloured fabric behind and sewed these down, just, you know, running stitch or an overcast stitch on the edges. And this is Mr. Foxy and the toad, I don't know, and the squirrel. There's no names on this one. And then this is the hardcover of the Reader's Digest book. And I've put calico, you won't be able to see, but I've put calico on the pages. There you can just, oops, just see in there. I've added calico there. We've just added calico to the pages to give it a little bit of thickness. And here we are with our little miniature Peter Rabbit books. There we go. And so I'll open up this one. It's a bit hard to turn. And they just tuck in there like that. This one's not as many pages. So that one just gets tucked in there without getting caught. And this is just a mixture of the baby mice. I don't know anything about the mousey. And there's a squirrel and Mr. Squirrel. I don't know all the names. And Mr. Toad. There we go. So that is my Roxy Journal of Stitchery Volume 9 text tail. So I just fold that down, turn that over, and then I just get my wrap, make sure it's up the right way, and I just fold that over and press stud that down. And there we go. So I hope you like that. I hope you got some good ideas, and thank you very much for watching.